by political analyst at Unisa, and that is Professor Lesiba Teffo. Good evening, Professor. Thank you very much for your time. First of all, what did you make on the President's response to corruption in Parliament? You know, he said that it's the end, a new era is dawning, we're going to take action, but he was quite muted on Zandile Gumede.
Yeah, how unfortunate indeed. I think the president is a captured man. He's captured between the sea and the rock, because he speaks from the heart. I can understand his passion, his commitment, the country. I have no doubt about that. But at what cost? Clearly, his loyalty to the party supersedes his loyalty to the national flag, to the Constitution of the Republic. So much he said. And almost everything he does of late confirms that. The leader of the DA summed it very well. And I don't want to repeat that. But the president can do better. Let him just put the country first. If indeed the ANC has to split, but he tried to serve his country to the best of his ability, I think the country and posterity will doff its hat and look favorably at him, even in his later years.
So I spoke to Karima Brown a little earlier, and she's saying that actually, even within the ANC, although decisions in the NEC are reached by consensus, the president does have a fair amount of power. What sort of action would you like to see this weekend from the NEC and from the president? What do you think is possible and what do you think is likely?
Look, if you say to me he has a fair amount of power, it's fine. But I think he let the ball drop. He let an opportunity, the Ramaphosa. You know what? He came on, the goodwill was enormous when he moved in. The campaign was good. The promises he made, did he live up to those? Many would say, including the speaker, that they are disappointed. I can't see. His opposition has gotten stronger and more emboldened, and he looks weaker by the day as they get stronger. What will come out of that? I'm not much in his favor. If anything, if history is anything to go by, there will be a committee set up or a commission to set up, and then gloss over things and conclude the 2 days, and we move on. But I think the president, it is more about corruption. It is more about the tenders. I'm convinced, and I'm passionate about this. If you remove the tender system from the economic operations of South Africa, if you just put meritocracy at the center, Mr. President, these two things, just put merit at the center, meritocracy at the center, and do away with the tender system. Look, I repeat myself. Apartheid was an abominable, odious political ideology. But there were good things and systems that worked. And that much Oliver Tambo advised on, that when you take over, also be prepared to learn from your enemies and take the good and throw away the chaff.
Is there a possibility that we're all getting a little reactionary and we're expecting a knee-jerk reaction from the president? He has done quite a lot in the last few weeks. We've seen that he's forced that all the tenders be published openly. So it's actually very clear to see who got a tender. So that's very open. We've also seen arrests. We've seen bank accounts frozen. Do you not think that we're in danger of demanding quick action when, in fact, this is a marathon?
I don't think commendable and laudable all those initiatives are. I don't think they can break the back of corruption. No ways. You have to go at the root of corruption. It is the tender system. And as long as you don't deal with that, you're not going to go far. And I dare say, the factions get stronger and bolder, and they ensure that if indeed anybody will go to jail, we shall all go to jail. Remember the SG said, let he who without stone be the first to throw a stone. Effectively saying, all of us are involved in doing business. If you call it corruption, so be it. And Madam Matabile Jamin said to me at one stage, indeed, none of you can point a finger at me with a straight face, because we all have skeletons, smaller skeletons in our, and all that has to do with doing business with government. Politicians doing business with government, public servants doing business with their own department that they are working for, and all in the name of tenders. Surely, in Namibia there is no tender, in Botswana there is no tender, in Mauritius there is no tender, Ghana, you name them. We are not unique on the continent. There are winning formula or formulae. Why don't we follow them? The ANC, the ruling party, has done well. It has had good innings under Mandela and Mbeki. But since then, it has been a downward spiral. And Mr. President Ramaphosa, I doubt if you don't stem the tide, you'll be accounted among those who failed this country.